Hello friends, this is Mama Bear and Papa Bear and Waylon. We're on our way to see our grandson Jude. It's Christmas Eve. We wanted to say we hope you're all having a blessed Christmas Eve and hope you have a Merry Christmas tomorrow. From all of us here at the Lonestar Ranch Homestead. It's beautiful out here. We're hoping that we don't get stuck or slide off in the ditch. There's been several people doing that. Anyhow, we thought we'd bring you along for the ride and let you see some of the pretty views. We're going to have our Christmas next weekend. Everybody seems like they have other places they got to go. I know that most families are like that. I mean, they have to spread themselves out, so we just always choose another day, and that way we get more people to show up or be able to come and not have to feel left out. Sure is pretty out here. We like the snow. For some reason our heater and our defrost is not working in the truck, so it's not so grand, but of course the battery's dead on my Durango, and Paul went out and started his Durango what, a week or two ago, and when he went back out the lights was on, but it wouldn't turn over at all. So if anybody has a Durango and you've had that happen, because we haven't got to check it out yet.
It'll turn over, it just won't fire.
He says it turns over but it won't fire. Excuse me, I was wrong. Yeah, so he thinks maybe the computer or the distributor. We have had a computer issue before in the past, so we're hoping it's not that route, because that was kind of an expensive route. So anyhow, so we're down to the track with no heater or defrost, so I think we'll be all right today.
Yeah, and it worked before we parked it.
Yeah, it worked before we parked it too. I don't know, seems like it's breaking down. But on the bright side, my oven that wasn't working, whenever I prayed about it and wanted it to work for Thanksgiving, it worked. And it's been working ever since. So I've been taking advantage of it and baking a lot of stuff. We like to bake. We like baked foods. Yeah, we've been doing a lot more praying too. Sometimes I think folks get so busy that they don't pray as much as they should, and I think when we do a lot of praying and the Lord shows favor on us, and when we don't, I think we block a lot of our blessings. But anyhow, we also got some popcorn tins in here that we're going to drop off at Paul's work, and for everybody. Things like that. We went and picked up some supplies for our dinner night before last. During the blizzard, because we rally everything, and that's just when we were available to go. And I want to tell you, we didn't have defrost then either, so, and they were out the de-icer that you would spray on the windows, so he got a jug of the de-icer stuff and just used a towel and kind of wiped it on the inside and outside, and got this, well, the scraper that you see sitting in the window there. And yeah, we probably have 50 scrapers at home, but we didn't have one with him. Yeah, we drove all the way home with a perfectly clean window, and the Lord blessed us. We was able to make it home. It was a little cold without the heater, but
yeah, we done a lot of praying. Yeah,
we done a lot of praying and visiting, and even turned the radio down, and it was actually a good little trip. We slid around one time, but roads don't look too bad. Now we've just got off of the gravel road onto the highway. Anyhow, I'll turn this off and I'll let you ride with us for just a little bit. I'll show you when we get up here where the Lonestar School is. That's where I went to school from kindergarten through 8th grade. The children, grandchildren, or most of them, have attended school there. Zoom in a little so you ain't seeing so much of the dash. That's the sawmill we just passed. There's the school. It's nothing fancy, but got a lot of good memories there. And like I said, Waylon goes to school there now. And there she is. That's the new FEMA building, or I think that's what they call it on the end there. Yeah. I think they're actually, yeah, there's 2 playgrounds. Waylon says he's in the back piping in on it. Yeah, there's 2 playgrounds. One for the big kids. Yeah, and one for the little kids. He said little kids have 2 recesses. Big kids have 1 recess. Well, that's not, no, he says theirs is long, so I guess that makes up for it. Actually, the roads are not as bad as we thought they'd be, and we're getting close. This is where Paul works. It's in Naylor. We just come through a little old town called Oxley. A few miles down the road here, we'll be to Paul's office, where that's one of our errands for the day, or one of our to-do things, was to drop off some, turn on here so you can see some of these fields, drop off some popcorn tins for all the co-workers. Actually, there's not as much snow as I thought we had, because down in our valley there, yeah, we have more than this, so I guess when you're down there you think that everywhere looks like that, so we was kind of dreading getting out on this. Those folks there, they always keep a really nice place, keep their yard done nice. Looks good. Down here's farming land. These folks have cattle, but they farm too, row crop farm. Or they did have cattle, I guess they still do.
Still do.
They had in the past. Yeah, he said they still do. They got a cute little old place too. Some good folks down here. We're not the only one at Brave to get out. Paul said that fella lived right back there that passed away the other day. We always hate to hear of tragedy right here at the holidays. Family in prayers, and several other people. There's been several accidents, vehicle accidents, and just several people that's just passed away and stuff. You always hate to hear any of that at the holidays. Some fields out there, got too much snow. Too bad. About to Paul's office. Like I said, he's going to just run in real quick, probably him and Waylon, and carry in some popcorn tins for the co-workers, and then give them something to snack on. And we've always thought that was one good little gift idea to give people, was a popcorn tin. Of course, they seem like they're getting smaller every year, but good little treat. And now we're in downtown Naylor. Got a little one stop up there on the right that I used to manage for years. Actually, that's where I met Paul. Where it all began. Smile, Paul. Spreading Christmas cheer. We're carrying our bibs and heavy coats with us too in case we'd happen to break down or something. Just get two, buddy. One or two, whatever you can carry. Guess I could have went and opened the door instead of video with her. I've got our little tag and our little air freshener in the window that come from our son and them. They work at the animal clinic, our son and daughter-in-law. Yeah, they didn't give as much snow down here as we did in the hills. Which I can't say that I'm disappointed because I was a little nervous about getting out and all this today. Paul said him too, and Waylon said me three. We was all a little leery, but we
did get bad cold.
Yeah, did get cold.
That was dangerous cold weather.
We've got wood heat in the basement, and it warms the floors and keeps all the pipes, of course, involved. Our points, we think, froze up. We didn't have water for a little while yesterday morning, but Paul and them, they put a heater in the well house, and we all prayed about it. It wasn't just a little bit. We heard the water running, so the Lord works in mysterious ways, and we sure were proud to have water again and for it not to be anything major, which we did have a new set of points, because we try to keep an extra just in case something like that does happen. But
Yeah, the Lord worked fast yesterday.
yeah, he worked fast on that water yesterday, and we were sure proud.
I hadn't even took a step after we prayed.
Yeah, Paul said he hadn't even took a step yet after we prayed. I mean, it happened that quick.
Kaboom, here's the trouble. Yeah.
Our little grandson, he lives in Georgia, and he's in town for the holidays, of course, and of course they have so many folks to visit, and he just thought we'd run over here and see him today. And like I said, we're not having our holiday thing till next week, but we want to come see him while he's home and visit with him for a few. And of course Waylon wanted to come see him. I was saying we have wood heat. We also have a propane heater in our front room as well, so it's kept toasty in there. Our son, they just have the baseboard heaters next door, and he just got a wood stove, but it's not hooked up yet in the basement, and he's wishing that it was right at the moment, and he's going to get one of the propane heaters as well. We had an ice storm back in, what year was that? Several years ago, 12 maybe?
Yeah, probably 12.
Anyhow, we had to stay in the basement with the wood stove, and if we hadn't had it, I don't know what we'd have done. But we decided after that we wasn't going to get caught like that again, and we decided to go ahead and not only have the wood, but to have the propane to back up. And also we got propane cook stove now. At that time we had electric, so we've changed a lot of things to prepare for any kind of crisis like that again. We have some electric.
We can cook on our wood stove too.
Yeah, and we can cook on our wood stove too. And we did that through the when we had that big ice storm that we was stuck there on the homestead for a couple of weeks. We cooked on the wood stove, and we also
Boy, it makes a good pot of beans on there.
yeah, he said it makes a good pot of beans on there. It made everything better. It's almost like cooking on a campfire, a lot harder. But we also warmed up pans because we had the wellness for it. We didn't have no water. We didn't have no electric either for the water. But anyhow, we warmed up pans of water on the stove, and bathed and washed our hair and washed everything. We basically lived out of the basement, that's for certain. And we decided after that we wasn't going to rely on just one kind of heat, because we've always had baseboard heaters and the wood. But we decided on that level that doesn't have wood stove that we'd get the propane furnace for backup. It's in our front room. We like it. So we've got a few different heating alternatives now, and a few different cooking alternatives, and that year taught us a lot more about being prepared for everything, for sure. And like I said, we went Thursday, kind of last minute, I know, but man, we stocked up on some stuff that we needed in case we got snowed in a little longer than we thought, and got some supplies. But that'd been the first time that Paul was off and if it wouldn't have been so cold and stuff outside, he wouldn't have been off that day. But for us to go, we do it every 3 months. Guess I ought to mention that too, because we shop 3 months. Now we do a lot of canning, and we do a lot of self-sufficient, but of course, I don't know anybody that's 100% self-sufficient. But we try to be self-sufficient, but we still have to buy a lot of stuff and a lot of supplies, but we do that on an every 3 month basis. I think you pick up a lot less just stuff that that you wouldn't pick up if you go every 3 months. You're not tempted by as many extra things, and it seems to work out better for us. And also I have the compromised immune system, so it works out better in many ways. And we kind of like to stock up. I want to give you a little view of coming down the gravel and have a little chat with you. We're glad that Waylon got to come with us. His brother, even though he's married and away from home, he'll come home, and him and his wife, and spend the night with them.
Christmas Eve.
Yep, Christmas Eve tonight with him and his mom and dad and his brother Logan, and like I said, Ethan, who's married, and his wife Kylie. They make a little tradition of spending the night all together that night.
What a tight-knit family.
Yep, a little tight-knit family. Appreciate y'all following us along. the homestead. We had a good visit with Jude and his family, and he's excited to come back in the spring and be able to swim at the creek, he said. The kids always enjoy the creek. We enjoy the creek too. We like to take the dogs back here and work them, take the grandkids back here at the homestead to the creek. Pretty view out here. You can see very good out there. Now I think the sun's not in our favor. Smile, Paul. Cilantro when we did our shopping Thursday for our 3-month shopping thing. A couple of things we got to pick up that they didn't have there. Hopefully they have today. Boy, the store was packed between the holiday and the weather and. Cilantro. I know a lot of people don't.
I do. Can't do garlic, but
I've heard folks say, some folks say that they think that it reminds them of soap.
Of what?
Tastes like soap.
Soap?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people don't like it. I'm surprised. Everybody don't like what we
I
like.
don't like garlic.
There's a little water thing there.
Can't do garlic.
Yeah, we're not. I know a lot of people like garlic, but we're not. We're not garlic fans.
I got sick of garlic back when I was kids. When you cut wheat, you'd have garlic in your fields. It was terrible.
Now we like onions. We're onion fans. We'll use probably twice as many onions as anybody else, but we never have been the garlic ones. Matter of fact, I got 2 bags of onions when we went, big bags. Anyhow, we're heading home. I thought I'd show you a little bit more of the snowy views, but it was pretty getting out and seeing things, and like I said, just a delight to get to see our grandson. Georgia. He does, like I said, he does jiu-jitsu, and well, soccer's over right now, but he usually does soccer, and he's in the summer library program for reading, and he's probably got several more opportunities there. We just felt blessed to get to see him this time. Everybody leads such busy lives. Say again, we appreciate y'all following us. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, we appreciate it if you subscribe to it. And if you're already subscribers, we appreciate y'all. And we want to say again that we hope y'all have a very blessed Christmas Eve and a very Merry Christmas. And we want to say the Happy New Year's too. It's close enough here to go ahead and wish everyone a Happy New Year from everyone here at the Lonestar Ranch Homestead. We appreciate y'all. God bless and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
We love y'all.